Adam, with all due respect, I remember covering the election night, and I was shocked at just how close this race was because it wasn't really on the
Yeah.
national radar. Well, now it is. So, what do you think about your campaign is specifically resonating with people?
I think there's two themes that we were very, very focused and very, very disciplined on. And I just know from driving, before I started, it was confirmed after doing a lot of listening and learning, but a lot of confirmation as well. People want the circus to stop. My buddy Dean Phillips in Congress talked about this angertainment industry that is affecting politics. I give him credit for that word, but I use it a lot, and people just put their head down, they chuckle a little bit, but they see that that's exactly where so much of the noise that's happening on both sides of the aisle, and people just want to get back to focusing on team normal. The other thing that we focused on from a theme standpoint is they want someone to focus on their district and not themselves. And so whether it's water, whether it's domestic energy, which I'm a big believer in, whether it is the rural aspects of education funding or the rural aspects of healthcare access, not just how much it costs, because we have some of the highest insurance rates in the country, but also some of us are driving 2 or 3 hours to actually see a doctor. And we're just focusing on things that might sound a little hokey, but this kitchen table issues really, really matter. And there's a lot of people believe that the current representative is not focused on issues that are focused on them. And that's what we're resonating with and driving around. And we're just picking up a lot of support from Democrats, a lot of support from unaffiliated voters, which are 45% of the people in our district, and a lot of support from a lot of frustrated Republicans as well.
It's really interesting because I'm so lucky. I get to talk to members of Congress from both parties. And when you kind of weed out the headlines, what's making the most noise, when you boil it down to those kitchen table issues that you were talking about, there is some sort sense of bipartisanship. People do want to work together. And in a recent interview, you said that you wish there was a get stuff done party. That's something you think is missing, you want to bring back. So how would, let's say you're elected, how would you make Democrats the get stuff done party?
Yeah, for 20 years, I've talked about if there was a get stuff done party, I'd be in that party as a citizen. And, the best way for me to show that, and I've talked about this for a long time, is to go join the Problem Solvers Caucus in the House. Not a lot of people know what it is, but there are 30 Democrats and there are 30 Republicans, and the 60 of them get together every once in a while, and they work together on bipartisan issues. So I'm not focused on red or blue or Anglo, Latino, young, old, conservative, liberal. I'm focused on getting stuff done for the district, and that's something that hasn't been done for the past 3 years. And I'm very, very confident once we get in there, I will continue to work in a bipartisan manner as I've done in my business career, building coalitions, as I've done in my city council work, and as I've done in the nonprofit world. It's just about some common sense stuff to get things frustratingly focused on it. I think 80% of you talk to a lot more people than I do. I think 70 or 80% of the people in Congress are actually focusing on the get stuff done. They're just not really the ones that are on Twitter or on the camera all the time. And I think a lot more people in the country are sick and tired of the yelling and screaming. The only arguments I want to see in DC are arguing over who gets credit for all the good things that are happening, as opposed to who's to blame for things that don't get done. And so I just think that resonates with a lot of people. And it sounds hokey, but if people focus on kitchen table issues and focus on education and focus on clean water and clean air and focus on economic development and this, we need to push back for those of us that are in rural America. There's a little bit of an urban rural divide. And I hate to use the word division, but it's out there. And I would love to see more people come together in any type of tripartisan manner, bipartisan manner, to focus on getting stuff done for the district. Ranching, farming, domestic energy, public lands. These are all really, really important to the vast majority of people in the district, regardless if they call themselves Republicans, unaffiliated, or Democrats. People don't wake up in the morning thinking that way. They're just human beings, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, and they want to focus on getting on with their daily lives.